I guess we will see what happens. Cheers. Very successful off-shop haul. Bought lots of new plants. Flowers and... Well, I was about to say good morning, but it is definitely a good afternoon. Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to another video. I hope you've been keeping very well. We just got home from going to the plant nursery and we bought lots of new plants. I am so unbelievably excited. We've been wanting some new plants for the home in general, but I'm also currently sitting in our spare room, which we're turning into my home office, and I really wanted to get a few plants in particular for this room to just sort of like brighten and liven the space. And I'm up to the stage of like organizing this space as well as decorating it, so I am really excited for that. And we got 5 or 6 new plants today that are all native plants as well, that are just going to add more life to our home, which I am really excited about. I think I've mentioned this before, but my boyfriend works with native plants, and so we both really love going plant shopping, and we go to this place in particular down in northern New South Wales that is just so great and has such a variety and has a lot of native plants as well. So it was a really nice way to spend the day, and I think tomorrow we're going to pot these and place them around the house in the places that we want them. Anyway, I'm excited to bring you along for the next few days. I actually had my best friend from Hobart visiting over the past few days, and that was really fun. I vlogged some of it, so I will pop that at the end of this vlog. We had a really nice time together, and actually something exciting that I got done while she was here was I got my helix pierced as well as my seconds pierced, which I had been wanting for a while, but it was a bit of a spontaneous decision because we had a rainy day and we were both wanting to get some piercings. So that was really fun. The helix, oh my goodness, I feel like I forgot how much piercings hurt. Like, I was thinking about it when we were there and I can't even remember getting my nose pierced. Like, I don't know where I was, who I was with, anything like that. I feel like I've just completely forgotten, and I guess that then makes sense that I forgot how painful piercings are. But yeah, the helix has definitely thrown me with how painful it was and how painful it has been since. But I know that once it's healed, it will be worth it, and I'm on a bit of a journey with my personal style and sort of like rediscovering that at the moment. So piercings was a part of that. It's honestly a super gloomy afternoon, and I feel like doing a bit of like a Sunday reset. It's not like the house is like super untidy or super dirty at the moment, but you know when you feel like you'll just feel so much better the next day if you just get a handful of things done and like wake up in a really clean and tidy space. That is how I'm feeling at the moment. So I think I'm going to spend my afternoon listening to a podcast and just cleaning and tidying for a few hours. The temptation to pot these right now is real, but I feel like it's going to be a bit rushed before the sun goes down. Let's do a little bit of a Sunday reset. I definitely have morning voice this morning. I've just made myself a hot chocolate to start the day. How cute is my new little mug that I got from the op shop? I swear it's like the perfect little nugget size to have a small hot chocolate to start the day. I'm feeling so excited for today. I feel like I woke up with like a spring in my step this morning because I've been really looking forward to decorating my home office and just like getting it organized and taking that time to figure out what I need like for the space to make it really functional and homely and just a good creative working space for me. And I've set the time aside today to do it, so I'm really looking forward to that. The weather was also beautiful this morning. When I first got up, the sun was out and I was optimistic we were going to have a sunny day because it has been so rainy the past few days, but it's now looking like it could turn into another rainy, windy day today. So I guess we will see what happens. It's honestly so weird because usually here on the Gold Coast we have like more of a rainy summer, and then in the winter we get these more clear kind of blue days. But we had a rainy summer this year, but we also seemingly are going into quite a rainy winter. But yeah, it is just very interesting, and I'm kind of craving those like really crisp winter sunny days that we get here. Like, it's honestly arguably the most beautiful time of year because we have such a lack of humidity, but it's still so beautiful. I guess I should take you into the spare room and I can show you the progress that I've made and where everything is at. So I can't fully remember where I was at the last time that I showed you this room and I asked for advice on what to do, which, by the way, thank you so much for that advice because it really helped me figure out what I wanted to be doing. So I got myself a standing desk and a chair, which I really, really love. I have started like working at those and I'm finding it to be such a better way for me to work, but I'll show you what else is going on in here. So I still have this chest of drawers that I'm working with, which initially I was going to sell these and then get myself a bookshelf here, which I'm still tempted to do, but we do keep a lot of storage in here and I feel like it could still work for the space. I'm just feeling like I might need an actual taller bookshelf so that everything's like not the same level in here. I don't really know. Anyway, then we have my boyfriend's guitar, my work bag, my desk. This is a bunch of stuff that I need to move out of here. I have these pillows that Bonnie gave me, and I also have some kitchenware for a brand job that I'm doing. And then I have this bedside table and this sofa bed that has my jumper I was wearing when I was working last night. Yeah, I have this sofa bed which folds out into like a single bed for when we have a guest come and stay. So really I feel like the first thing I need to do is clear out that stuff that's not going to be staying in here, and also potting all of those plants and figuring out where they're going to go around the house. And I think that will be a good starting point to fathom what other decorations and things I am going to want to have in here. And then there's the organization of it all and just like the functional work things that I need as well. So yeah, we'll see how we go, but I'm excited. Okay, I am feeling really, really good about how this room is looking so far and how I've moved a couple of things around and the plants that I've chosen to put in here. And I still do need to get some things, like some decorative things, and also need to get some desk organization stuff. But I feel like even just doing this morning is making me fathom like things that I might want to add and stuff like that. And I really don't want to go and do a shop of things I need until I know almost everything that I need. So I ended up moving this over to the left a little bit to create more space in this corner so I could put my boyfriend's guitar. And then this is plant number 1 in here. I'm pretty sure it is some type of fig from memory, and I potted it in a bigger pot and then put it in this big basket, and I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous. And then of course we have my gorgeous desk, which is literally so light and bright that I feel like my camera is not handling it. Okay, there we go. So this is my gorgeous standing desk and chair. I need to get a little mat to put that chair on the carpet, so that's definitely on the to-do and to buy list for tomorrow. And then on the plant front, I also have this gorgeous plant, which is actually Kara's plant that she had when we moved in together, and then when she moved back to Melbourne, she kindly gifted and left this to me. And yeah, now it's still thriving and it's going to be on my desk. Now I decided to keep this bedside table actually in the corner here after a bit of deliberation. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do here with this plant situation. This is quite a tall plant, and so I don't know whether I'm going to actually turn this bedside table around and then put the plant here in a basket, because I'm going to buy a basket tomorrow, or if I'm going to leave it on here. I'll just see. I don't want it to feel too cluttered on there, but she is definitely a gorgeous, gorgeous plant, and hopefully she'll thrive with the natural light that we get in here. And then we have the sofa bed, which I moved from this wall here onto that wall just to create a bit more open space. It's looking pretty bland right now, but I am going to get some cushion covers for all of those cushions that I have, and then put some nice colorful cushions on here to add a bit more brightness to the space as well. But it actually looks really good there. I'm glad that I decided to move it over there and create this more open space. And whilst I'm here, I want to say a big thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. I got this desk, this standing desk and chair from FlexiSpot about a month or so ago, and I have been absolutely loving it. Like, I've wanted a standing desk for so long, and I also wanted an ergonomic chair so that my back wasn't in so much pain when I was working, and I genuinely love both of these things so much. So let me show you how gorgeous and wonderful they are. So I decided to get the HC1 ergonomic office chair, which I think is not only so cute, but also genuinely my back has stopped hurting since I've started sitting in this chair whilst I'm working, and it is so wonderful. I got it in the cream, and then it just has the black legs on the bottom. And then I also got the Comha glass standing desk in white, which again, so gorgeous, but so functional as well. And what I love about this is that you can adjust the height, obviously, because we love a standing desk, but it also has presets there if you want to be able to set them for different people to be able to use the desk, or for different heights that you know, just for ease. And honestly, something that has come in so handy is having charging ports in my desk. I'm honestly notorious for not charging things when I'm going to need them for filming or for editing somewhere. I'm constantly keeping everything charged with this. I absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite things about this desk so far. Now, admittedly, my boyfriend is the one who assembled the chair and the desk for me, but he was so unbelievably stoked when I got home and he was telling me about it, because I think you think when you're purchasing things online and when they're going to come in a box that it's going to take so long to set up and you're going to spend hours and it's going to be so fiddly and all of that kind of stuff. And this was genuinely the exact opposite for him. He said it literally took him 10 minutes max to get all of this done and set up for me. It was a simple 3-step assembly, and he was genuinely so stoked on that. If you want to check out FlexiSpot and the products that I got, I will leave them linked down in the description box below, and you can also use my code Amanda for 10% off if you do decide to purchase anything from FlexiSpot. I know the standing desk is very popular, and a lot of people are really enjoying the standing desk situation when you work from home, and personally, as someone who's now been using it for a month or so, I absolutely recommend it. Absolutely love it. Good morning. I just had a lovely walk to start the day, and I also went to the shops to look for a few things that I thought that I wanted for the home office, but I feel like once I got there and I was walking around, I was so uninspired, and I was like, I don't really feel like I want any of this stuff right now, and I feel like I have things at home that would work better in the space that I can just like move around and do that with. And so I only ended up getting really a few things. I got myself a notebook, which I actually was in need of a new notebook. All of my other ones are filled with recipes and notes and stuff like that, and I personally work really well writing things down, especially when I'm cooking and writing down recipes. I do not work well typing it whilst I'm going. So I got myself a new notebook. I also got myself a little trinket tray because I always lose my AirPods and I'm always rummaging through every single drawer in the house, and I thought that this would be good to just keep them in one place on my desk. And then the most riveting thing of all, I got myself this lovely sleeve to keep all of my tax receipts in, because I'm a business owner apparently, and I need to keep all of the receipts of all of my purchases, and come tax time that will make my life a whole lot easier. So I saw it when I was roaming around Officeworks and I thought, okay, you're coming home with me. Other than that, I've just moved some things around that we had around the home. We had this incense holder, which actually I reckon I got from an op shop for like $2, maybe 2 years ago, and we have a lot of incense holders in this house, and so I decided that this one could come down into my office. I also have this lovely candle that I had in the lounge. It's actually so cool. It comes off like that, so that when the candle is all done, you can turn it into a vase, which I absolutely love. Bonnie and Emily got this for me as a housewarming gift when we first moved into this place, and yes, I absolutely love. So she has come into my office as well. And then we also have this vase that I made. I made it and I painted it at a pottery class probably about 6 months ago now. I painted all different fruits and flowers and suns and waves on it. I decided that this could come into my office as well, and I've asked my boyfriend to pick up some fresh flowers on the way home from work so that I can have some nice fresh flowers in my office. That's actually a habit I would love to be in, is having nice fresh flowers. Like, I already feel so much better in this space having the plants in here, and I feel like with fresh flowers it would be even better. And honestly, I am just loving this space so much already. I feel like I have my own like little sanctuary that I can work in. It feels so bright, so much natural light, and yeah, I just feel like I'm going to thrive a lot better and that my workflow is going to be a lot easier having my own creative space. So I'm in the mood to do a little bit of meal prep today. I have honestly been so uninspired recently with breakfast in particular. I feel like I wake up in the morning and I just cannot be bothered to make breakfast, and so I am going to do a meal prep of my baked oats. I've actually been getting a lot of comments on my baked oats recipe recently, and it sort of like reminded me how good they are, and I have been really craving them. So I am going to prep my baked oats today, and whilst I'm at it, I feel like I may as well do a couple of other things. I've got a lot of hemp seeds as well as cashews, and so I think I'm gonna make like a hemp cashew parmesan, which I just love having to sprinkle on top of anything. It just adds flavor to like the most basic boring meal. And then I also want to make some pickled onions, which also add flavor to a basic boring meal, and I just love having pickled onions. And as well as that, I think I might make my creamy beans and greens pot pie, because that is such a good meal for me to have in the fridge, to just be able to heat up in the oven when I'm having an editing day or anything like that, or even just to have dinner if I have a really long work day and I don't have time to cook dinner in the evening. So that is the meal plan. Wait, what am I saying? That is the meal prep plan of attack for the day. We got there. So first up, we're making the baked oats, and I start by adding some soy milk into a bowl, and then also adding in some apple cider vinegar and mixing this together, and this will make sort of like a plant-based buttermilk. It will start to thicken up. I also add in some soy yogurt and some maple syrup, and I whisk that together before adding in my oats. I like using quick oats for the texture. You can use whichever oats you would like. I also add in some protein powder, cocoa powder, as well as some baking soda and some salt, and I mix it together. Now this is optional, but you can add in a bit of dairy-free chocolate if you would like to. I personally would like to, so I did. And then I transferred this into a baking dish, and I'm going to put it in the oven to bake for 25 to 30 minutes. Once it is all done, I am then going to pile on some soy yogurt. I love this Vitasoy soy yogurt. It's part of my weekly grocery shop, and it tastes so good, and yeah, it's just really good. I recommend giving it a go if you haven't already. And then I dust with some cocoa powder on top. Next up, I'm making that parmesan. So I start with some nutritional yeast into my food processor, as well as hemp seeds. And then I'm also going to add in those raw cashews, some garlic powder, as well as some salt. And that's all you need. I'm going to put the lid on and blitz this together into a fine crumb. You want to make sure you don't blitz it for too long so it doesn't try and start turning into a paste. But we get this gorgeous parmesan, which is the perfect topping on salads, on pastas, on many things. Now I make my pickled onions really simply. I had this massive red onion, so I only needed to use one today. I sliced this up and then I transferred it into a couple of jars. Then I poured over some apple cider vinegar. Now I usually use white vinegar, but I was all out, so I just used apple cider today. Then I add in some raw sugar, some salt, and I top them up with water, put the lid on, and then put these in the fridge to pickle. And they are perfect on top of avo toast in the morning or in salads as well. Moving on to the pie, and I start with some vegan butter, which once melted I whisk with some plain flour. I then add in some soy milk, veggie stock powder, and nutritional yeast, and I whisk this together on a medium heat until it begins to thicken up. Then I add in some frozen green peas as well as some chickpeas. I'm also then going to mix this together before adding in some fried broccoli and onions, mixing it together before then also adding in some spinach right at the end and mixing that in well. Then I'm going to transfer this. You can either make it in one big dish or you can make it in lots of little ones. I like to do it in lots of little ones. These are glass containers that can go into the oven. So I evenly disperse it and then I cut my puff pastry into pieces and place it on top. I'm also going to drizzle this with a little bit of olive oil on top so that the top gets nice and golden, and then put these in the fridge to bake. Okay, so I have all of my meal prep done. I've got my hemp cashew parmesan, also have these gorgeous pot pies, 2 whole jars of pickled onions which will last me quite a while, and then these are my baked oats. Sometimes I will cut them up and put them into separate containers for servings, but because I'm working from home I will just cut off a portion for myself in the morning depending on how hungry I am. It actually feels so good to have some meal prep done. It's the first time I've done any in about a month, and now I'm already looking forward to what I get to eat tomorrow.
For that t-shirt.
Did you? Yeah. I was actually thinking, I wonder if you were wearing it.
Oh, hello!
Good morning.
Hello.
It's not even morning. It's the afternoon.
And we are hungry.
We're hungry. We have pulled up at Made with Love Bakery, which actually it's so good having Ellen here and vlogging, because I feel like we're going to be out and about doing so many things that I would recommend doing if you come to the Gold Coast. And today we're at Made with Love, which is a fully vegan bakery. Think like classic Australian bakery.
So good.
Okay, so I wanted to do a bit of an op shop haul today because when Ellen was visiting, we went op shopping and we had a really good op shopping day. Also, for those of you who are commenting, what is op shopping? It's what you call in the US thrift shopping. I'm not quite sure what you call it in other parts of the world, so feel free to let me know. But as you may have noticed, op shopping has become a favorite hobby of mine over the past year or so, and it's something that I just find makes me so mindful, and I also really enjoy it from the space of like, I'm currently kind of, I guess, rediscovering my personal style in my 30s, and whilst that is really fun, I don't want to be buying a bunch of new clothes, not only for my budget but also for the planet. And op shopping is just so fun. Like, I really enjoy going by myself and having a lovely time, but it's also so fun to go with a friend, and it's become something that me and a few of my close friends really enjoy doing together now. Anyway, Ellen and I had a good op shopping day, so let me quickly run through with you the things that I found because I was so stoked. The first thing I found is this little white play suit, which this honestly reminds me of the things that I used to wear when I first moved up up to the Gold Coast. I'm really trying to embrace wearing more feminine pieces, and I absolutely love this. It fit me perfectly, and it's going to be gorgeous and such a staple for me in the summertime. Now, this was arguably my best purchase of the day, and it's something that I really hesitated to try on, but Ellen convinced me that I needed to, and I'm so glad that she did. It's this pink smock mini dress, and it has some like white stitching flowers on it. And I used to not wear a lot of pink, but ever since I had my color analysis done and I found out that I actually do suit bright colors, I have been trying to wear a lot more bright colors, and this is just so comfortable and it was so gorgeous on. It fit me perfectly, and I thought it would look really cute with my white cowboy boots that I have. I think I got them for a costume party like a few years ago, and I haven't found much use for them, but I thought in the summertime for a nice like girls' day out or anything like that, that this would be really, really cute. And then speaking of dresses, I also got this green dress, which needs an iron. I washed it after I bought it, and I haven't ironed it yet, but it's a little green satin look kind of mini dress, and I think it will look really cute with my black boots and black blazer in the winter time if I'm going out, but it will also be a cute staple for the warmer months. I also got this crew neck sweater, which I'm so stoked with. I've been really wanting a new crew neck sweater, and one that is good to wear on my walks in the morning. It honestly fits me perfectly. And then this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I saw it and tried it on and absolutely loved it. It's a little sweater vest, and what I love about going op shopping with Ellen is she always tells me different things that I could wear things with, and she was telling me this will be a really good piece that I can wear throughout lots of different seasons. Like I can wear a long sleeve under it in the winter, but it will also be something I can wear in the warmer months, literally just as is. And I actually tried it on with pants when I tried it on, and it just looked really cute as is. So I am stoked with that. And then the last thing I got are these blue pants, baby blue pants. They have this kind of like interesting texture, and I have a pair of pants like this, these pink and white striped pants that have the exact same texture, and I wear them all the time because they're so comfortable. And with the climate that I live in and it not getting that cold in the winter, these are something that I'll be able to wear year round. So I am really stoked with that. And that is my lovely, very successful op shop haul. Let this be your reminder the next time you're having like a solo day out and you want to take yourself on a day date, that op shopping is a really fun thing to do by yourself, or if you're looking for something to do with friends, I highly recommend it. It's been something that, yeah, I'm just growing to love more and more, and honestly becoming more and more successful with the more I do it and figure out how to hunt for cool pieces and stuff like that. So anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed hanging out, and I look forward to seeing you next week in another video. Thank you so much for being here. Bye!